Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is your girl, Janae, also known as the Travel Vet, coming to you live, about to do an amazing interview with a young man who hails out of the great state of Texas. You guys probably get to see, if you hadn't saw it, go back and look at my stream from Thursday. You get to know who he is, all about him and what he's doing. But this particular interview right here is to give those individuals who have asked this question before. Multi-level marketing, what is that and why would I like to do that? And oh, by the way, I did that before and I left. Those all those questions, right? From different people. What is it? Why would I want to do it? Then mostly I've been burnt from that before. I don't want to do that anymore. Those kind of things. I have been in my multi-level marketing journey for the last 8 years. I didn't even know what it was when it first came out. I didn't really know a lot about the industry, but once you become a professional of the industry, you start to learn your craft in any and everything that you do. If you're a doctor, you go to med school. If you're a teacher, you go to school to get your master's, then eventually your PhD to get more money. In multi-level marketing, you study the craft similarly. Your books, your education is mostly seven-figure income earners that you're learning from. So again, because they have done a thing and they've seen a thing, then they're helping you to make a shortcut to it. So along my journey, I got to meet this young man right here that I graciously interviewed on Thursday and launched his grand opening. But the pivotal event that I didn't know about was just like, he has decades of experience in multi-level marketing. So there's some things I didn't know that he's going to be able to share as he's transitioned from one project to another project and what happens. And he's going to fuel the fire for individuals who feel stuck, who feel burnt out, who feel like multi-level marketing, I don't want to do that no more. Because again, this is all about, y'all heard that title, no longer sipping, transformations after letting go of the hype. So I want to introduce to some and introduce to others, none other than Mr. Mike Todd. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I
Can you
am
hear me?
fabulous. Fantastic and simply amazing. I can hear you and I can see you okay.
That's great.
Awesome, awesome. Listen, everybody. Okay, people are coming in comments, so let me check this out. I got that. If you want to make comments, go ahead and put comments. We can see them, and I can even put some up here to share so Mike can also see them as well. You have to connect to the StreamYard for us to be able to see who you are. It might say Facebook user, but don't feel bad to put your name in the comments if that's what you want to shout you out that you made a comment. All right, Mike. Let's dive into this because I'm super, super ready and I've been super excited all weekend to unleash the fire. Listen,
Mhm.
people know me for Real Talk with Real Woman Grinding, but y'all, I got a man on this time, but it's going to be just as good. But
Uh,
listen, I want to know something. You've been in the industry for over a decade, right? What initially attracted you to multi-level marketing? And most importantly, what kept you in for over a decade?
to be honest, I did not realize it's been a decade until you just said that. What attracted me to it, to be honest, I did not know anything about multi-level marketing. I didn't know it. I had a high school friend that pretty much we connected in Hawaii when I was there living in Hawaii, and I saw him at a Pro Bowl game, and we lost contact. I didn't know anything that was going on with him. He didn't know anything was going on with me. We later hooked up on social media. He asked me, was I still in the military? I told him no. And he said, I got something I need you to see. And just like that, I think a lot of us get that. And I was like, what is it? I didn't know exactly what it was, but when I saw it, I was like, no way. Sometimes you get bamboozled by the possibility of making this amount of money, and you be like, man, listen, I went to school, I got 3-4 degrees, and like, how am I going to make that amount of money over there doing that when I can't even make that over here with these degrees that I have? And I was I was curious, but I was also like, how did you succeed? Because I know I went to school and I graduated, but I knew he dropped out. But at the end of the day, I said, you know what, let me be open. If this is the type of money that you can make, I think I'm willing to try. And I think what I would say attracted me was the possibility that it's an even playing field sometimes, even, okay? Meaning that you can pay amount of money and you have the same opportunity if you dive into it with hard work and you really, really just be consistent, that you can possibly become financially free. I love that fact. I love the fact that an average person off the street, they could become a self-made millionaire. And I don't know too many more industries that the opportunity is there, but that's really what attracted me, was to be able to create generational wealth for my family and pretty much be able to become financially free. That's what attracted me to it.
Boy, you said a whole word there, but I'm gonna break it down for those Barney style, not to insult anyone's intelligence, but in all like that, he said, you know, I went to school, I got these degrees too. You dropped out of school. You the evidence. You making this money. How can I do this too? You know, he said, worst case scenario, I'm just gonna be open to it, because he didn't have that mentality. Y'all can read below. You can't be broke and skeptical too. Just be open to
Yes.
it, open to see what it is. And here he is 10 years later, still doing what he was really like, okay, what is this? I never heard of it. Let's do it. And he became a professional at this craft. Listen, y'all don't believe me? Let us dive in some more, because I'm about to ask him. Basically, he said that you come in, you're going to pay a certain amount of money, but your work ethic is going to be what's going to produce your profit. Your work ethic is what's going to produce your profit. Now, isn't that the same when you're going to work? Your work ethic at work sometimes determine your increase in income, promotions, next level, hourly increase, raise, your regular day to day, your work ethic. So if you got a hard work ethic and you do what you need to do, you grind for it. Mike was basically saying, that's what I did in the military. How can I not do that for my family, for myself?
That's correct.
Period. So here we are 10 years later. So Mike, in your journey on multi-level marketing, was there a specific moment or experience that made you question when you got started, when you were open to it, in reference to any system or multi-level marketing in general?
Um, yes, there's a couple of different instances. For one, I'd never liked things to be dangled in front of me. We look at music videos, we see the people with the big wads of money flashing them. We see people driving the fancy cars, showing the nice houses, and to me, it looks good.
Hmm.
However, to the normal person that's taking a shot on them, taking them shot on themselves and trying to see if they can really make this thing work, they tend to get caught up in the razzle dazzle.
Hmm.
They tend to start living outside their means. I mean, it
Hmm.
even happened to me. They tend to try to keep up with the rich people or the people that's already wealthy. And at the end of the day, we become broken than we were before we started. And that's it. Because when you look to the left, you look to the right, everybody doesn't have the same work ethic. Okay. So for those people that don't have the work ethic, however, they love the energy, they love the likes, they love to be around these things, they steady investing month after month after month. And then they get in these different, going to different trainings. So when you go to trainings, as you know, in order to be good, you need to learn how to do it. So you're flying around the world to different trainings. You're getting hotel rooms, you're doing food, and you living like we've made it, when you have to sit back and say, I haven't made it yet. So all you do is run your credit cards up, get yourself in debt a little more, and now you come back home to your lights not being on or something if you didn't take care of things before. So that's the part I didn't like. I think that it's all well and good to see it, but I mean, somebody with a different mindset, they will look at that and they'll chase it and start living outside their means before they even get to a level where they can be living within their means.
You said a whole word, a
Mhm.
whole word. Listen, keeping up with the Joneses, um, living beyond your means, doing the things that will get you, like, you want to take 2 steps forward, but you're taking 4 steps back
Correct.
because you're not educated, you're not taught, you're not trained. Like, hey, if it's not your time, don't pretend you this, because your authenticity is what makes you who you are.
That's
That's
correct.
what people know, like, and trust and believe. Some people don't, that, like you said before, the hype would shy them away because they like, no, that's just too good to be true.
Correct.
Too good to be true. And that's why I think multi-level marketing has gotten a bad connotation, Mike, because of those things right there. The hype, the overexposure, the shiny objects, as I like to say, that make people feel like you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Mike, if everybody could do this, right, then we would only have 1% of the population that was rich.
That's correct. Hmm.
Most six-figure earners in corporate is still a small percentage. And even with the corporate, that six figures is banked on that job. Versus in multi-level marketing, most of the time they have what we call residual income.
That's correct.
And I didn't even know what that was. We military. Me and him military. Did Uncle Sam teach us about residual income?
No, not at all.
I went to the Financial Peace University and
Yes.
I was just still not like, I was like, I never heard this before. What is that? And until they told me royalties, like, when you make a song like Michael Jackson and Prince one time, then you hear it, they get paid a percentage. I was like, oh, they did it one time, so they get paid for it over and over again. And then so now as a person in the craft like I am, but more so dedicated in the industry as professionals, we have read to understand what leverage income, to know that there's a difference between six figures on the job and six figures following you. But the shiny objects and all that great good stuff is the what do you call it, over commercializing of what is true versus what is not true. But you said it all in one word: action, execution. Today, I heard affirmations without actions are simply delusions. That was my coach, mentor, millionaire,
Yes.
who said that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what Mike just said, you have to put your work ethic in order to get it done. The based off your work ethic, who you are as an individual, you know who you are, right? Self inventory check. Can you go hunt and get the bread and butter for your family so that y'all can eat, have a roof over your head, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet? I mean, you do it every day. You wake up, you got to do something. There has to be a reason why going through all that. You're persevering through all that. So, Mike, I'm thanking you for that transparency, of that honesty. I bet you people didn't even see that coming. Like, what? He talking about that? We
Yeah.
don't hear that too often. But again, I told y'all this is the real in this interview. So, Mike, with that, I'm pretty sure you have had some challenges over
Yes.
this. And
Quite a few.
I want to talk about a specific challenge because I want people to get really into what this transformation is for you, letting go of the hype. You're currently deciding to step away from a previous project, right? And the challenges that you face, can you share that personally? What is done to you personally and what is done to you professionally?
Well, personally, I would tell you anything that you jump into, if you believe in it cold-heartedly, um, that's it. You're gonna have tunnel vision. You're not gonna be able to look left. You're not gonna be able to look right. You're gonna be like all in if you're really, really trying to make it happen, right? And the way I am is, in order for me to share any venture or any business opportunity that I'm involved in, I have to fully believe in. And the hardest part about doing that is because while I was building an organization, people trusted in me
Hmm.
to join with me. People trusted in me that that was the right fit. That was going to be the one. And they believed and they followed and they did everything. They was coachable. They was teachable. They was everything. They were doing what they were supposed to do. But at the end of the day, when it's you make a decision that the stars are not aligned like they were, that's when you really know. See, me, I had to step away from close friends for a while because sometimes when you are really locked in with them and you're supporting everything that stands for, your judgment is not clear. Your vision is cloudy. Okay. And when you friends with somebody like that, that hurts a little bit sometimes because you like, man, I didn't know. But me, I'm one of those ones that I really, really have to know exactly what I'm doing, because nobody's going to remember the name of that company, but they're going to remember my name because they
Mm,
decided to join with me. They didn't decide to join with that company, right? So
mm,
you really don't want your name to be bad, because I hear people, they say it all the time, like, well, man, I don't want to be one of those ones that jump from this to this and that.
mm,
And I was like, you know what? I thought about that as well. But I think that I would look down upon me if me jumping from one company to another because I was chasing a bag, if I was
mm,
chasing money and forgetting my people. I would tell you that that's where you should look down on it. But you don't want to be the one that keeps on letting them pay monthly fees, and they're not getting the value. You don't want to be the one that keep on letting them pay monthly fees, and that some is not right. You don't want to keep on letting them pay monthly fees and going on, or me bringing other people in just so I can keep on gaining financial, making more money. So to me, I said I would rather be the one that stop, talk to my people, my team, my organization, tell them that my heart is not right with exactly what I'm doing, to talk about it. Because one thing about it, as a leader, you need to learn how to listen as well. So I listen when my team will come to me with this complaint or questioning this, or saying, hey, that I don't feel right because you did this and you didn't get acknowledged for it. You listen to it because your team turns into your family. And when you're that tight as an organization, for a fact that you just want everybody to win. It's one thing to be a part of something, you're the only one winning and you stay there while the rest of your team is not. And I just no longer wanted to keep on being involved in a situation like that. So, I came to my team a while back and we talked about everything with full transparency. And, I just told them that don't be loyal to me. What I'm saying is, don't stay in a company or paying your fees just because, and you're not happy. First of all, you're not making money. It's 2025. Things are getting, things are not getting better. It's time for everybody to win. So don't stay there because you support me and you're being loyal to me. I had to almost like really give them permission to cancel, to leave, to work on whatever's best for you. And that's it. It's not about trying to follow me to whatever I choose to do next. However, I'm always going to keep my ear down to try to figure out what's next, because I know if I keep on just doing what I'm doing, I'm not going to end up getting to my goal. So at the end of the day, I just knew that I couldn't keep on doing it. I think that's what I told you. I can't keep on sipping the Kool-Aid, because sometimes you sip it because you get brainwashed. You sit there, it's really a brainwashing. I'm gonna tell you that now, because you're on every call, you go to every training, you regurgitating the presentation over and over and over and over again. So that's what you get. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all you get. So that goes into your brain like nonstop. So you hear when a company talks down about this company, that company may be way better, but if you hear so much from the stage or you hear so much from your upline, you believe it. So now if somebody come to you with it, like, oh man, that ain't nothing, that comp plan is trash. Or, oh man, that you hear it all the time. You don't
mm.
even get a chance, because what if it is better than what you're doing? Or then you hear it over here. So I think that was the hardest thing for me personally. The financially part, yeah, it was rough, because when you do work, you expect to be compensated for your work sometimes, right? And sometimes it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you may do the work and a company may say they don't want to pay you, right? And when that stuff happens, it's always it's just like red light. It's not going to happen no more, because nobody should be working for free. So it's just things that will make you say, if Arsenio Hall used to say, like, don't never stay somewhere where you're not celebrated, or you're not, people don't have servant leadership. They'll get you there and they're like, hey, we're going to do this thing together. I got you. But they have a different mentality because they're on to the next. So now you're sitting here trying to figure it out. For this thing to win, you really need to for anybody to win in multi-level marketing, you have to find the right organization. And, it may not be that first one, but that doesn't mean you give up on your goal.
The best part.
You believe in the generational wealth that you want to find. You won't, doing what you're doing right now, you're not going to be able to become financially free. You may not be earning six figures or or $1 million earner in this company. But it doesn't mean that just because it didn't work, because the company, the building, that sign didn't stand on business and honor everything that you said yes to.
Mm.
You have to learn how to step away. And I will tell you, it hurts, because even by me stepping away for like over a year, not going to trainings, not going on trips, not doing anything, and saying that I'm not there, I still was. They had like a mental chokehold on me. Like it was, I was choking, because at the end of the day, your heart still, you feel it, even though you know it's not right. And then it's like, I just had to let go. It's no way I could let go. I could sit there and say, hey, I ain't been dealing with it in a whole year. And I remember the day, and I think you remember it. It was the day I was sitting in my truck. And you was like, what you doing? I was like, getting this email ready. And I had my email for my resignation. And I sent it in. And when I sent that resignation email in, as soon as I met send, it's like the weight of the world was off me.
Mm.
Like I mean, when I tell you, it's like I felt it. I was like, wow. I was like, man, they had that much of a hold on me. Because when you really, really want to give your best at something, and you really, really believe in the vision or whatever, sometimes the hardest thing you could do is to step away from it. Sometimes you want to bag back and sit in the back, and you still making your payments, hoping that things change. But when they don't change year after year after year after the year, I mean, what are you going to be doing? And
That's so
that
true.
is what really hurt.
You know what? Again, so much, so much. So let me go back to being in a organization where you yourself personally say, listen, everything attaches to me wins. However, comma, it's not about me. It's about me being attached to that person's vision, that person's dream, what they want to do, what they want to be and successful. And if I'm not seeing that it's working for this individual, then I'm gonna tell you, no, you need to stop investing. This is not for you. You need to go and do something differently.
That's correct.
Listen, you're not going to find a lot of people who is going to be this transparent and honest with you, because of the simple fact, sometimes in different organizations, it depends on how it works. It really does. So you have to be careful. You have to be mindful. But what I don't want people, the reason why we're having this conversation is for people to take that whole stereotype that it's a whole industry. Now we've had, how many of y'all, I mean, some people have went to the car dealership and got a lemon, but is the whole car industry lemons?
No.
No, you just got a lemon that time. And in all industries, it's like that. You're going to have something that doesn't flow right, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the entire industry. I am super excited and happy where we are. I have nothing to judge it by, but I'm not leaving because this is all that I know. So when I hear stories like from Mike, I'm like, oh my gosh, that happens? Like, wow. But here's the deal. Many people change jobs too, for better pay, better work environment, better, when I say work environment, I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking emotionally. Some people are in toxic work environments. Who can say that that's not going to happen in multi-level marketing? When you're dealing with people, it's going to happen.
Yes.
When you're dealing with, if you're in customer service, where my sales people at? Where my customer service people at? Y'all can put it in chat. You can relate. When you're in the service industry, you're working with people, it can become toxic. But I'm glad that self-development is really key in multi-level marketing, because the Army didn't teach us. They taught us regulations and rules and policies and procedures. We didn't have no like John C. Maxwell 21 irrefutable laws of leadership or 15 invisible laws of growth, right? That we're currently reading are, 10 distinctions between a millionaire and middle class, different books like this, seven successful habits of effective people. These are things we learn, self-development over time and how to deal with it. And Mike, you said it, like, it's one of the things that sadden you, because unfortunately everyone's emotional intelligence is not on the same. I know, but that's a book too by Daniel Goleman, Emotional Intelligence. But everyone's emotional intelligence is not on the same level. So being here and being able to share the information to people, for example, who have been burnt by multi-level marketing. You have had some experiences too, but yet you're still here. You're resolute and continue in this industry. So it's this industry does something for you. So what would you say to those who didn't do well, who probably went through encounters like you did, and who were like, no, run, what would you say to them?
Do not give up on your dream. Do not give up on, just go back. If the right opportunity comes to you, I think that people should just take a step back and remember. Remember when you first said yes, the first time ever you said yes. How did you feel? You didn't know what was going to happen that next day, that next minute, that next hour, that next day, that next week. You just said yes because you knew your original why. Ask yourself, do you still have that why? And ask yourself, what you're currently doing, is that going to help you with your why? I will say that just because one company went bellies up, or just because one company stopped paying the field, just because one company, leadership was all over the place, just because one company futured you with a product that they couldn't deliver but took your money, just because one company didn't honor money back guarantees, just because one company, didn't have product but still wanted to act like nothing was wrong, or just because one company don't pay you and you're the one that's got to find out and you call in when it should have been the other way around. Don't let those situations mess with you, because that can happen in any job, not just multi-level marketing. Okay. Just know, and I think what works with us, I will tell you, if you don't give up on it, when you find that diamond in the rough, when you find that right fit, you will know how to cherish it so much. You will know how to, you'll be like, this is a breath of fresh air. You will be so overwhelmed, because guess what? That's the only thing that's been missing. You got the work ethic. You got the drive. You just need a company with integrity. You need a one that has servant leaders. You had one that it really wasn't the crab in the barrel mentality that we always talk about, that really want everyone to win. And you need a product that everyone wants and that they use. And you don't want this company to come in and start pushing product just to get more money out of you. No, keep it plain, keep it simple. So when you are when you just jump out there again on faith and try it again, that's when you will learn. You will automatically know when you have picked the right fit. So no matter what it is, what company it is, I would tell you, never give up on multi-level marketing. Network marketing, I'm telling you for a fact, it's nothing else out there that can compare. Think about the friendships, the relationships, everything that comes with it. I mean, it's totally, totally different. But when you've been burnt one time by one company, don't give up on the industry. Or two times, still, it's okay. But don't be that one that starts chasing the money. Just chase the right vehicle that's going to help you with your why. That's it. Don't chase the bag. Chase the right vehicle that's going to help you. And this is one time you get a do-over. You get a chance to try again. I mean, I go to the restaurant. If I got bad food, I send it back. If not, guess what? I ain't pay my bill. You go get your hair done. You gonna pay that beautician? You better walk out. So it's okay to walk out. It's okay to be selfish and care about you. You know what you deserve. So don't lower your standards. I mean, if it's not aligned, it's not. If you go home and you think about what's going on with that company more than you can focus on your family, something not right. So walk away. It's okay. You will feel so much peace, but it's hard to walk away when you already when they have shackles on you. You have to be able to walk away. Okay. So I would just say, just don't give up on the industry. Find the right vehicle for you. So in other words, you got to be open to hearing a new thing. If somebody comes to you with a venture, it's okay. That's the nature of the beast. That's what happens. You don't have to get on LinkedIn, but you may hear word of mouth. But be open to watch it. And when you open to watching it, really open your mind like a parachute and say, I'm not gonna think about what happened before. Let me see exactly what they have and go from there. And then
Period.
if you're willing to try it, the quickest thing I
Mhm.
can tell you to do is get to anything that they have live as quick as you can, because that's going to let you know if the energy is right for your
In
spirit.
the culture.
That's the first thing you do. Don't wait no 30, 69. The first time you can get to anything live, that's it. Because guess
Go
what?
for it.
That's when you're going to really know. That's when you'll really know. And pretty much that's what I had to do.
That is lit. I'm telling y'all now, mic drop, mic drop. All that he has said had all my questions that were ending in. How did the relationships for him go personally and professionally, after, transitioning, transforming? What's the misconceptions about multi-level marketing? He hit that. So what if the company does this, this, this? And I already told you, if this company is doing X, Y, and Z. And he said, if it's not aligning, what do you do? About face? Boop. If it's causing you that disheartening and distressful over your family, about face, boop. And he talked about the hardest truths there is about the industry in a nutshell. So I really, truly hope that y'all had a pen and some paper like I did, taking some copious notes to know what it's all about, period. So I'm going to go ahead and do this because he told you the story, like the different things. Go to Facebook, know what he's currently doing in his background, who he is as a individual, but he just shared with you guys his experience over the last 10 years, and he's transitioning and going away from what he previously was into. Now, if you are ready, tell me if you're ready. Everybody ready, put it in the chat. If you're watching the replay, hit hashtag replay, because you got about 28 minutes for this big announcement that he's going to be making in reference to what? His grand opening. His grand opening. Something that he's truly passionate about, that he was able to take his skills, his transferable skills, the 10 years that he's learned through this industry. He know who he is. He know whose he is. He know what he's attached to. He knows the people that he wants to help win to be successful. Service to many leads to greatness. And if you hadn't heard that in his interview about how he answers his questions, and when he says leave, don't be here because of me, it's not about him. It never was, and it never will be. So with that, yes, he had to make some transformation. He had to let go to have. He had to say, I'm no longer sipping on the Kool-Aid, even though the Kool-Aid be good. So with that being said, I am going to drop this Zoom link, well, the Zoom number right here for you. And I want you to write it down. Don't worry, it's gonna
Take a
still be
picture.
on stream. If
Take a
you lose your
picture of it.
yes, what's that print? If you're on a Mac, Shift Command 3, print screen on a HP. Y'all know what to do. But either who is still on Facebook and it's gonna be streamed live, so y'all can just hit the fast forward on the dial. Mike, I want to thank you so much because we got to get ready for what's about to come up at the top of the hour. You guys ain't seen nothing yet at all. We are military, as y'all know. He served, I serve. And at the top of the hour, our millionaire mentor, military to millionaire with a high school diploma. What he say? He told y'all that he met his friend them years ago when he was younger that got him into multi-level marketing, who didn't have half the degrees that he had. Yeah. And now our coach, our mentor, is a millionaire. And so it tells you, listen, you don't have to be a PhD, a MD, or what do you call it, any law degrees. You simply have to have the intellect, the drive, and the will, the determination, to be resolute, to persevere, to do what you need to do, and believe that, guess what? It's not about instant gratification, because I haven't seen anyone like Oprah who started from nothing, or Maya Angelou who started from nothing. And you guys have seen their journey, even when Maya Angelou was alive, who couldn't even read and write, become what? Who she was before she passed? The best poet, everyone know it. And then watching Oprah Winfrey go from her story, her journey, again, country girl, making billions of dollars, now supporting others to do the exact same thing. So again, if you want to know how to change the narrative of your story, become the author to design your life, because life is all, we both have it. Me and Michael have it. We all got it. But lifestyle is how you choose to live it. We only got one life to live. So why not live it to the fullest and do the things like Mike talked about that's going to be in alignment with what you need to do for not only yourself, but your family or whoever your loved ones are. Mike, I'm going to give you the last closing comments before we close out. You got anything? Because we pretty much dropped the mic.
Yeah. You hear a lot of people say millionaires. Don't get intimidated.
Mm.
If it's for you, it's gonna be for you. You hear people say six-figure earner. Don't let it get to you. If it's for you, it's for you. I think and I know $500, $1,000, $2,000 can change your life. So
Mm.
focus on that. If you focus on that part, being a thousandaire, a $500 whatever, if you can focus on that and get good at that over and over and over again, it's a matter of time before you get all the way up there. So don't psych your mind out saying, I'm never going to be able to become a millionaire. If you're breathing right now, God says you can do whatever you want to. The same thing about it,
Amen.
about the six figures. Just know for a fact, $500 can save people, change people's whole, $500 extra a month can change your life. $1,000 can. So worry about those and get good at that and do it over and over again. And before it starts to compound, no telling where you can be. So don't give up on yourself. You got people counting on you.
Love, love it,
So,
love it, love it.
so
Don't give up on you. All right, y'all. For more, tune in on the Zoom. Y'all got a little tea, a taste of the tea, but the power is coming at the top of the hour.
let's
Thank you
go.
all for your time. You guys know we like likes, we like hearts, and we like shares because what? Sharing is caring. We love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do but simply love us back. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your magnificent money making Monday. Take
Let's go.
care. Bye bye.